Same shirt, $15 and 5,000. Billionaires choose this. Here's why. Loro Piana started over a century ago, not as a fashion brand but as a textile company. They didn't focus on design, they focused on fabric. Today, it's worn by billionaires, people worth hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. People who could wear anything, but choose this. And the reason is simple. This is not about looking rich, it's about quality, control and silence. Loro Piana controls everything, from the raw materials to the final product. Every detail is refined. This isn't fast fashion, this is precision. And this mindset goes beyond clothing. It shows in how wealthy people live. Clean spaces, minimal design, no noise, no need to impress. The same applies to everything else. Cars, homes, the lifestyle. It's not about intention, it's about experience. Real wealth is quiet, and the more money you have, the less you need to show it. Because at a certain level, you're not trying to impress anyone. You already have status, you already have access, you don't need attention. Most people think luxury means logos, big brands, loud designs. But logos are not made for the rich, they are made for people who want to look rich. A logo is a signal. It says, look at me, I can afford this. But when you actually have money, you don't need to signal anything. And this is where everything changes. Because real wealth is not about appearance, it's about experience. It's about how things feel, not how they look. The fabric, the fit, the comfort. These are the things most people ignore, but these are actually what rich people pay for. When you wear something like Loro Piana, it doesn't stand out, it blends in, but the moment you touch it, you feel a difference. Softer fabrics, cleaner cuts, perfect balance. It's not made to be seen, it's made to be felt. And this is the biggest difference between fake wealth and real wealth. Fake wealth is loud, it needs attention, it wants to be noticed. Real wealth is quiet, it doesn't care if you notice it or not. Look at how wealthy people dress. Simple colors, neutral tones, nothing extreme, nothing loud, but everything fits perfectly. Everything looks intentional. You won't notice it at first, but that's the point. Loro Piana is not about showing status, it's about recognizing it. If you understand it, you see it instantly. If you do not, it looks like nothing special, and that's what makes it powerful. Because real wealth doesn't need to be obvious, it doesn't need to be loud, it doesn't need to prove anything, it simply exists at a level most people don't see. So next time you see someone trying to look rich, remember this, they might be trying to show something they don't actually have. And once you understand this, you start seeing it everywhere. The people who are actually wealthy are rarely the ones trying to look like it. Because real wealth is not a performance, it's a position. A position where you don't need anyone else's approval. Most people chase attention. They want to be seen, they want to be noticed. But wealthy people often do the opposite, because attention brings exposure, and exposure reduces control. And at a certain level, control becomes more important than visibility. Privacy becomes more valuable than recognition. You don't want everyone to know what you have or what you do. Because when money becomes normal, you stop reacting to it. You don't feel the need to show it anymore. It's just part of your life, like anything else. This is why people who just got money behave differently. They're excited, they want to show it. New clothes, new cars. Everything is visible, because they're still trying to prove something. But people who grew up around wealth don't do that. Because for them it's normal. They don't need to show it. They don't need to explain it. It's just the reality. But people who grew up around wealth don't do that. Because for them, it's normal. They don't need to show it, they don't need to explain it, it's just their reality. And this is where taste comes in. Because real luxury is not about having more, it's about choosing better. Fewer clothes, but higher quality. Less noise, but more intention. You start noticing things most people ignore. The stitching, the texture, the weight of the fabric. These small details become everything. Because real luxury is built to last. Not for one season, not for one trend, but for years. That's why wealthy people don't constantly replace things. They invest in things that stay. And this breaks one big illusion. Expensive doesn't always mean valuable, and visible doesn't mean powerful. In many cases, it's the opposite. Simplicity is not basic. Simplicity is refined. It takes more effort to remove things than to add them. And that's what most people don't understand. Because at the end of the day, wealth is the mindset. It's how you think, it's how you choose, it's how you live, not just what you wear. And once you understand that, everything changes. You stop chasing appearances, you stop comparing yourself to others, and you start focusing on what actually matters. Because anyone can look rich, but not everyone can be. And the people who truly are don't need to show it. They don't need to prove it. They just exist on a completely different level.